Hello, I'm Ian and this is Somerset News Network. Isn't it strange? When the little window comes up to advertise my video, it's always me making a gesture. Hello? It's automatically done and I just leave it. Somewhere on the video you'll see that gesture. But it's just me. I, you know, I just do what I think. I can't sit here like a BBC reporter. Now, this video is about lobbying your MP. And at this time of tyranny under this Labour government, it's up to you and me, all of us, to lobby our MPs. Now, it might not do anything, but we have to try. Now, how do you lobby your MP? Well, you can email him. Go online and just put in find my MP and the list to come up and the email address will be there. You send him an email and he'll send back a reply. There's a copy and paste reply. The best way to lobby your MP is either to go and see him in a surgery and explain how, let's say ID, digital ID will affect you and why you are against it. The best thing to do is to write him a letter. But I'll still talk about that in a minute. There is another way that you can lobby your MP. Ring him up, make an appointment to see him in the House of Commons. And when you get to the House of Commons, you go to reception in the lobby and they write a chit out. And they send it off to your MP and then he comes down and you can have a chat. I've done it twice with my old Conservative MP. He came down once, had a brilliant conversation, he agreed with me, and he tried to do what he could to help me. The second time, he was in a conference meeting, I don't know what it is, but I never saw him. I wrote to him and said I'd come up to see you, and he said, oh, sorry, I was in a meeting. But anyway, that's the way it happens. But you can go and lobby your MP in Parliament. But we all can't do that. So, let's talk about the letter. Don't copy and paste somebody else's words. They see through it. When I worked for the civil service, we had stacks of letters that were printed off and signed. If we saw two of the letters the same, they didn't get a reply. And we'd have sackfuls of them on a whole subject. Lobbying groups would get their members to sign cards. We would write back to the lobbying group and tell them that we've received the information. Now, if there's what's called a civil service code, and it was introduced by John Major, and we had to work to that. If somebody sent you an email, you emailed them back. If somebody phoned you up, you phoned them back. If somebody wrote you a letter, you wrote them a letter back. If you had the information they wanted, you gave it to them. If it's going to take time to find that information, you would write back acknowledging the letter and saying that you will follow it up and it's going to take time, to look it and find out the information. And then when you got it, you would then send a second letter. That was the Civil Service Code. That's what we had to do. Now, with your MP, if you write to your MP and it's a legitimate complaint, the MP's letter would come into the office and a red jacket would be generated. That red jacket was done first. It was put on the top of the pile. You've got a stack of files and you started at the top and you worked your way down. If you had a red folder, that would be on the top. That would be a letter from an MP. And you'd find that out first. And you'd do it, and then you'd put what we would call a minute, a note, in the file, and then that would go to my EO. I was an AO, that would go to an EO, and then it would may go to a HEO. In some strange cases, it would go to the grade 3, who was the director of the region, and then it would come back down, and I'd have to put it in the envelope and send it back. Now, this is what you can do as an individual. If you've got a concern about government proposed legislation, digital ID, you don't want it, you don't want to be in Big Brother 1984 government state, you know, you don't want government interference like Big Brother on steroids. None of us do. We got a driving license with our photographs on. I just applied for mine because I had an old pink one. I got a passport, but it's out of date. So I can't use either of them as ID. But why should you be compelled and forced to have ID? If somebody wants ID, it should be voluntary. And I think the driving license is almost there as a digital ID. It's all the government needs. What it is Big Brother wants to look at everybody. They're saying it's to stop the migrants illegally working. Well, native Brits are working on the black market. They've been working on the black market for years. All the drug dealers in the markets, all the stuff that you got. You know, they got warehouses full of stuff. They sell it to people who do the markets. They dealing in only cash. And they never pay tax on it. And this has been going on for years. And it's not only illegal migrants. But if they bring in digital ID, they will give it to the illegal migrants. I bet you they will. You'll feel safe because you got your ID, and then you'll find out that they've all been given the ID as well. So it makes a nonsense of it, because they could still be working on the black market. I've got a theory. I'm 69 now, and I've watched things and seen things happen. And I've got this theory that the only people that get done are the people that are not in the system. If you're not part of the elite, if you're the elite, you can get away with it. If you're a rival to the elites, then they'll find a way of doing you. That's what I think. I don't think I'm too far to the truth. What we've got to do to lobby your MP is write to him in person. If you've got nice handwriting, then write it in your nice best handwriting. If not, write it on a computer and print it off. Don't put your email address on it, because that means he may email you back. Put a phone number on it if you want. If you lobby your MP, you've got to put your name and address and your postcode to make sure you're in his constituency. If you're not in his constituency, he will not work for you. So, you put your name and address on it and your postcode, maybe a phone number, not your email address. You don't want him to email you. That just makes it easy for him. Then you explain what it's about, put a heading, reference, digital ID, and then explain why you're against it. There's a good letter from Rupert Lowe that you can find on X. I think it's brilliant. I'm not going to repeat it because you've got to use your own words why you don't think it's a good idea. Mention Big Brother, Nanny State, 1984, whatever you like. Government overreach, tyranny of government. That's what I said to my MP. This is the tyranny of a government. Governments fall because of this tyranny. We had a King John that gave us the Magna Carta when the barons took their armies to Runnymede. And then we had the Glorious Revolution of 1688 under the tyranny of James II. He had the assizes and the hanging judge, Jeffreys. And there was the Battle of Sedgemoor, which my ancestors fought at, Somerset lads. They met on Sedgemoor, met the Royals, and they lost. And they scattered. And the Royalists tracked them down, one by one. There's a musket ball dent in our church door. And the rumour is that the Royalists came, that Somerset yeomanry, whoever he was in there from the Pitchfork Rebellion. He took sanctuary in the church. Look what Tommy Robinson did. Unite the kingdom. To put the people together. To take back the flag. He put at least 1 million people on the streets of London. The official figure was 110,000. I don't believe that for 1 minute. I've been on a 1 million people march, and it was as many, if not more. I think the figure is more like 2 to 3 million. But Tommy Robinson is trying to fight that tyranny of a Labour government. I don't want this to turn violent. I want a peaceful transition to a proper government. The best thing we can do as the people is to lobby our MPs. Write to your MP. The address is House of Commons, London, and then the postcode. Can't remember what it is, but it is actually on the website. And explain why you're against digital ID. The other thing to do is to sign the digital ID petition. Google digital ID petition and it will come up on Google. It's 2 million at the moment in 3 days. You've got to sign that as well. That shows the government that we don't like it. The biggest petition was to call a general election. Now, that's just over 3 million. I'm hoping that people are so disgusted with this Labour government that we can get 5 or 6 million people to sign that petition. But it's up to you. We all have to do our bit. We don't want pitchfork rebellions. We want to do this peacefully. So lobby your MP. If he's Labour or Conservative or Reform, doesn't matter, or Liberal Democrat. Now, explain why you don't want it, and then wait for a reply. Take a photograph and put it on your Facebook page or Instagram or whatever. Let everybody know what your MP thinks. I expect you will find that letters from a Labour MP will be a copy and paste from a PR company spin doctor within number 10. And all your MP will do is sign at the bottom. If you can match them up and prove that they're different, you can then show that your MP is not working for you, he's working for them. You vote for an MP to work for you. You don't vote for your MP to work for the New World Order. So, if you come up with anything, Somerset News Network have their own Facebook page. Become a member. Put your MP's letter on there, and then everybody can see. It's up to you. If you want this tyranny, then sit back and let it happen. And then when it backfires on you, don't blame us, because we're the ones that try to fight it. Anyway, Ian, Somerset News Network, signing off. Bye-bye for now.